Alright guys, welcome back. We have a new video today and we are gonna tear down this engine and hopefully remove the governor. See what it all looks like in there. It's making some weird sounds. So we're gonna go ahead, take it apart, see what that's about, and probably remove the governor while we're in there. Just as a word of caution, flywheels can break apart. I'm not going to over rev it. I'm going to put a tachometer, and if anything, it's probably gonna see like 5,000 RPM, and that is about it. If you plan on revving yours to the moon, get a billet flywheel. Anyway, let's get started on the teardown. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this side cover off here. All right. Oh, and now we get a good look at what this is like in here. As we can see, we got a pretty standard looking centrifugal clutch, some beefy chain. We have a little jack shaft here. So yeah, pretty nice setup. Next, I think we could probably just pull this whole thing off as one unit. All right, now we should be able to get these off. All right, there we go. We'll keep that orientated like that. Spacer is out. Now I have already drained this, but drain plug's right here if you needed to. Let's go ahead and pull off this side cover now. There's just powder coming out of that one hole that had the rusty bolt. That's a good sign, surely. Okay, not looking too bad on the inside. We did save the gasket. We want to get this governor out back here. So what happens is these little tabs fling out as it revs up, and that pushes back on the throttle with this. What we need to do is remove this nylon gear here because that's being driven off the crank and operating this lever. Really the only way to do this is to just dive right in and just remove basically everything in the engine. I'll get this to top dead center. There we go, our dots are lined up, pull our cam gear up. Oh, wow. Wow, it's all nylon. Interesting. Pull our tappets out. Intake and exhaust are the same. Side note, when you do this on a pushrod engine, you will have to reset the rocker arms. You have to pull the valve cover off and reset those after you take everything apart. So, oh my God. Oh my God, nope, I found the weird noise. Oh yeah. Okay, you join me in the close-up cam. That bolt on the connecting rod to the crankshaft, not even finger tight. Let me get back here. Yeah. Big gap. Big gap. Oh, wow. I am going to have to pull apart this entire engine. With that revelation, I'm willing to bet it's going to be quite easy to remove these connecting rod bolts. Okay, there was questions on whether or not this was run when I was tearing it down. The answer is no, this was never ran. There's zero wear whatsoever on the bottom of that connecting rod cap. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't really expect this to be like a whole engine rebuild, but it's gonna be. Yep, this is going to be all the way down to the block to get that out. Okay, so now we should be able to pop our piston out of the way to remove the crankshaft. All right, what do we got here? Oh, this is firmly a leather glove situation. Welcome back. The flywheel's magically off. Never mind that sledgehammer. Okay, there we go. Woodruff key magically out. That definitely was a huge pain to get out. We have our crankshaft. That is out. Ugh. There we go. All right, now this shaft should just come right on out the bottom. Now we have this here to come out. That was quite involved. I ended up having to use this tooth pulling pliers here to wedge underneath of it and a wrench as leverage. Got it out in 2 pieces. I think that's not so bad. Now we don't want this loose arm just hanging around in there freewheeling against you know, all the rotating assembly, so I'm actually going to cut it off right here. So I'm going to go take that out to the shop and hit that with the angle grinder. Borrow some of this really high quality oil that that the engine came with to lube this up to put it back together with. It smells like varnished gasoline, in case you're curious. Put our crankshaft back in, because that was the next piece. Oh, wow. That was way easier. This is the really handy part about recording your stuff. Make sure your arrow's pointed down when you reinstall your piston here. Just kind of squeeze those with the fingers. Ah, there we go. I'm going to do something wild here. I'm going to tighten the connecting rod bolts. We're all good there. All right, there we go, all tight. Now we can go ahead and put our push rods back in. All right, I got the valves and the rockers all set up. I changed my mind. I'm gonna get rid of this compression relief because it's just stupid. I don't want the valve hanging up, and it's only 98 cc's. I'm pretty sure I can turn it over. If I'm wrong, you know, we'll cut back to this moment. Compression release has been released from the cam. Make sure we're lined up. Yeah, that's about right. A little crankcase vent here. Okay. All right, there we go. Governor removed. And here we have our governor delete. Our governor deleted 98cc 4-stroke. We basically rebuilt the whole engine because it was terrible. There were so many things that were improperly assembled. We had the rocker arms that were all jank. We had the weird compression release that was throwing the valve lash off. We had the loose bolts on the flywheel cover and the completely loose bolt on the connecting rod cap. I'm so glad that I took it apart and found those things before trying to run it, because that would have been super scary. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this turned out. This was awesome. Join us next week when I do some fabricating on the throttle linkage and get a recoil that hopefully works. So thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe and like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.